Steve Robbins here. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. Today's topic is how to stand out at work in a good way. My friend David Wood just wrote a book, Get Paid for Who You Are. It teaches people to take their unique skills and talents and build a business around it. That sounds like a fine idea. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that more and more we all get paid for who we are, not just what we do. In school, they said good grades would lead to a great college and then to a great job. My command of computer science was supposed to skyrocket me to the pinnacle of money and power. Then I hit the real world. It seemed lots of people could program. Who knew? Sure, I created a machine intelligence that could solve poverty, feed the world, and fix climate change. But no one cared. They just wanted a new instant messaging client. A lifetime at developing skills didn't set me apart. These days, you need more. You're competent? How nice. That means you're a pleasantly interchangeable cog who can be replaced by a competent person in another country who's willing to work longer hours for less pay. Use your personality to stand out. For years, I wore a suit and used words like value chain. And no, not the kind you buy for 40% off from the Walmart jewelry counter. No one took me seriously. I tried to act like a serious business person, but deep down, I just didn't care how many basis points would cause our projected ROI to win the World Series. A couple years later, I started a podcast about business. It was very businesslike and a stunning success. Of course, by stunning, I mean dismal, and by success, I mean failure. So I started the Get It Done Guy mainly as an excuse to be myself, have fun, and give some good advice in the meantime. It hit #1 in iTunes business a month later. It turns out people like personality. After years of hiding my personality and style, fearing it would be inappropriate in business, I let myself peek out of my shell, and whoomph! My alien abduction fantasies became an asset and a source of perspective, rather than just a matter for human resources to worry about. My personal style will even come forth in my book. It'll be informative and funny. Why? Because I'd go nuts otherwise. I really think it's more interesting to read about zombies than paperclips, unless the paperclips are being used to hold together the zombies. Use your personality to stand out at work. Now that skills are a dime a dozen, what sets you apart from everyone else is you. People form bonds with you, not your skill set. Yet most of us wait for the weekend to be ourselves. We live based on what we think people expect. And of course, they're doing the same thing, imagining that we are expecting them to fit a mold. If you want to stand out as exceptional, sure, develop your skills. Then enhance them by finding ways to add your personality into the mix. Do you have unique knowledge? Do you know the name for every muscle in the foreleg of the Zambian water cricket? Cool. Put it on a poster in your cubicle. Bring it up in conversation. Melvin, your new pompadour looks just like the mandible on a Zambian water cricket. He'll be impressed. If you know the local nightlife, start recommending fun ideas for friends and colleagues who have out-of-town visitors. Become an unofficial office concierge. Make that part of how you show up. Standing out can help you succeed. Your hobbies may make you unique. I once had a career coaching client who was a Zoroastrian priest. How cool is that? It's a conversation starter, and I still remember him years later. My friend Steve threw parties and arranged outings to meet people. 400 gatherings total. He got pretty good at it and realized he could throw business parties too. 150 business parties later, he's known throughout his industry, and he's getting paid by his company to do what he loves, throw parties. My new friend Brad does improvisational interactive theater on the weekends. If that's you, tell people. It makes you interesting. Then brainstorm how you can use it to stand out, maybe by creating an interactive theater experience at your next customer conference that introduces your product in a fun, novel way. Pay attention to the impression you make. Sometimes your uniqueness comes out in your personal style and voice. I skip instead of running. I say, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, and otherwise act like a 9-year-old. Sometimes I notice my own behavior and I think, other people don't actually do that, do they? I wonder if they think I'm flaky. Oh, look, there goes a squirrel. Of course, you need to pay attention to the impression you make. Melvin sometimes sniffs between his armpit to double-check his deodorant's performance. Personal style? Yes. Memorable? Yes. Something he can build on professionally? Sure. He can do quality control for a deodorant company. But that little quirk won't get him invited to nice dinner parties anytime soon. You may have distinctive dress or appearance. Orit Kadesh is the chairperson of management consulting firm Bain & Company. She has purple hair. I remember she has purple hair. I first found that out a decade ago. She has purple hair. My friend David always wears a dapper suit and a bow tie. If you're going to stand out with how you look or how you dress, make sure you are utterly professional in every other respect so people don't write you off as a misfit. Then, once you're internationally famous, you can relax your constraints and people will just think you're trend-setting. Grab a piece of paper and start to list your unique attributes, your knowledge, your skills, your style, your hobbies, and your appearance. For each thing you write, brainstorm 2 ideas for how you could try bringing that into your work in a way that will help you stand out while bringing more of yourself to work. You can also hear my interview with David where he discusses how he gets paid a lot for being who he is. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's a beautiful day outside, and I'm going to go skip. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is Steve Robbins. Work less, do more, and have a great life.